What's up, guys? It's Tim here. In my other stimulus videos, I talked about making one about the third stimulus package. So that's what this video is. I'm going to kind of summarize where we're at with the third stimulus check, the timing of it, the amounts, just the stuff that you actually care about, not all the other finer details and whatnot. So I'm going to kind of go over that real quick. Before I do that, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already. My other stimulus videos did much better than I anticipated, and I'm very thankful for that. So thank you guys so much for that. I gained a bunch of subs from that and quite a few views. So hopefully this one will do the same. I also wanted to, real quick, I don't pitch a bunch of products. Everybody knows that watch my channel. But one thing I am going to pitch is something I believe in, which is the Acorns app. What it does is it rounds up your money, your purchases to the nearest dollar, and then puts it into an account, an investment account. Then you can withdraw that whenever you want. So if you need new tires for your car, if you need stuff like Christmas presents for your kids. These are the reasons that I did it. I never have a ton of money in the bank. It just seems like there's always something that comes up. And then I'm sitting there trying to figure out, how am I going to spend that 500 or that 1,000 without worrying about it. And that's what this Acorns account does. So if you don't have Acorns already, I suggest you sign up. All you got to do is sign up through the link. You only have a couple of days. The promotion's only, I think, through the 6th. So like in the next 2 days. So hurry up if you're going to do it. Anyway, so click the link, sign up, link your bank account, and then make your initial investment, which I think is only like $5. Anyway, third stimulus. Here we go. Third stimulus. What we know so far, it's known as the American Rescue Plan. That was Joe Biden's plan, was the American Rescue Plan. That's the name of it. So you can Google that if you want to read it. I have actually read it all. So you can do the same if you want to. A lot of people, this came about because a lot of people, including myself, felt that the $600 was a little bit too little, too late. It took like 9 months for Congress to pass that second stimulus. So that's a long time for those of us who became unemployed during that amount of time, or if you lost your business, or you're just hurting in general. The virus has hurt a lot of people. So when you have a lot of hurt Americans, you can't take 9 months to pass bills. And unfortunately, this has kind of turned into that. I thought that this time around, with Democrats in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and Joe Biden and everybody on board, that there'd be a third stimulus package passed like that. I thought the $1,400 or $2,000, depending which way they went with it, would be done like that. I really did. I thought they'd be moving on, done with that within the first week or two, because it was such a big thing that everybody was on board with, even Republicans. There's even a lot of Republicans that are on board with it. And here we are now, it's into February, we're still talking about it. Nothing's anywhere near past. When is the check going to arrive? The timing, what everybody wants to know. As of right now, it's looking to be mid to late March before we would see the money. If you're asking me personally, I would say late March would be best case scenario. Senator Chuck Schumer, who will be the majority leader of the Senate. I don't know if they've confirmed him yet or not, but he's going to be the Senate majority leader. Chuck Schumer. He had said 6 weeks, and that was about a week ago. So that would put it about 5 weeks or so from now, which would, again, put us into mid-March. I think that's wishful thinking because Congress is Congress. So I'd be shocked if it's mid-March by the time we get money. More likely to be end of March, if you ask me, especially considering the IRS is going to be the ones doling out the money, and they're going to be dealing with everybody's income taxes at the same time. So that's my thinking on it. But the official word is mid to late March so far. Biden's proposal is $1,400 per person, including dependents. As of his American Rescue Plan, if you look at that, that would include possibly adult dependents as well as mixed status families. There are a lot of progressive Democrats, such as AOC, who are pushing for a full $2,000 stimulus because Biden had said and promised a $2,000 stimulus on the third check. But in his thinking, the $1,400 plus the $600 equals $2,000. But in some progressive Democrats thinking, such as AOC, that's not good enough. It's got to be $2,000. You said $2,000. We want $2,000. $2,000 plus the $600, not $2,000 including the $600. So we'll see where that goes, and that could be a problem because there could be progressive Democrats who you would think might be on board with this, who actually are pushing back or stopping it because they want more money. A lot of pushback so far from Republicans and even some Democrats about the total amount of the bill being, they definitely don't want to see a $2 trillion bill. And Biden's bill was 1.9 trillion, I believe. So there's a lot of pushback on that, saying that, 1.9 trillion when we just did a second stimulus package and we did a first one before that, we can't just keep spending out of control. So there's some pushback on that, saying, hey, we want less than that. That's not going to cut it. Where do we go from there? It may mean a piecemeal deal, which would basically be splitting the money going to putting out the vaccine and the money going to Americans, the stimulus money, and then splitting that off, and then everything else would be separate to be debated later on. That could be something that we look at. Democrats do, it's important to remind everyone that Democrats do have the possibilities to ram this through. They can make a stimulus happen no matter what Republicans say, because they do control the House, the Senate, and the presidency, which means they have the power. There are ways for them to push it through, such as the Budget Reconciliation Act, which basically means hide the stimulus and pretend that it's a budget situation, and then push it through with a simple majority. So they can do things like that and push it through. That's why I say it's very, very likely that there's going to be a third stimulus check, is because basically, if it comes down to it, Democrats could force it through even if Republicans didn't like it. So it's very likely that's going to happen. It's just a matter of when and how much money. So just some quick math on it. On the first stimulus, let's say that you had a family of 4, 2 parents and 2 kids. On the first stimulus, you would have received $3,400. On the second stimulus, for a family of 4, you would have received $2,400. On this time around, according to the American Rescue Plan as it sits right now, you would receive $5,600. So 34 the first time, 24 the second time, all the way to 56 the third time. So we're looking at possibly a lot more money, depending on what actually gets passed. But as of now, if it was $1,400 per person, including dependents, a family of 4 would receive $5,600. So that, I think, is important and something worth noting. If it gets passed, as far as that goes, it might actually really help some people. Because let's be honest, $600, that doesn't help a lot of people. Like people like me, and most of the people watching this video, $600 doesn't even pay your rent or your mortgage. So getting a $600 check, or even $1,800 like I got for me and the 2 kids, after 9 months of Congress deliberating, you get $1,800. I mean, come on, that doesn't even cover 1 month of my bills. So I'm just saying, whether you're which side of the aisle you're on, I think we can all agree that that's a drop in the bucket compared to most people's bills. So anyway, the $5,600 for a family 4, or for me, for instance, that would be what, 28, 38, $4,200 for me and my 2 kids, $4,200. Now you're talking a lot better. $4,200 would help me a lot more than the $1,800 from the second stimulus. Spending $2 trillion, $3 trillion every few months is not a sustainable plan for our country. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, Americans do need it, and I think everybody can agree on that. So anyway, okay, let's see what else I had here in my notes. We talked about Democrats could push it through if they need to. They have they need 60 votes to overcome the filibuster, and this is the option that Joe Biden would like to see, and most more middle-of-the-road Democrats would like to see things just passed conventionally, which would be 60 votes to overcome the filibuster. That's how people would like to see it go in the Senate. Anyway, but what they could also do, like I talked about, would be the budget reconciliation, which would be they would kind of ram it through and pretend it's a budget. And they have said that they will do that if it comes down to it. So there's also ways they could get rid of the filibuster altogether, which would basically give them free reign to do whatever they want. And I don't want that for either side. Whether you're Republican or a Democrat, I personally don't want anybody to get rid of the filibuster. And if you're on one side and you think you support that, well, just imagine if things flip-flopped in another election further down the road, and then the other side had full power. It doesn't really matter where you sit on it, on which side of the aisle you're on. You don't want either side to have full uncontested power. So the filibuster's been there forever. President Biden does not want to get rid of it, and that's how I feel as well. But the bottom line is, what I'm getting at is that there's going to be a third stimulus package. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of how much and when. So hopefully Congress can come together and get the deal done, and we can all be sitting here with third stimulus checks, and I can be making videos about how I didn't get the third stimulus check, just like I didn't get the second one. We can be talking about that and making videos about that in the months to come. So we'll see what happens. That's kind of the gist of it. It's basically, to sum it all up, you're looking at $1,400 checks for everybody, and you're looking at mid to late March as of right now. And if they keep dragging their feet, that's going to obviously keep getting pushed back, but we'll see. Thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Have a great day, great evening, whatever. God bless. If you made it this far, first of all, I just want to say I love you. You must have liked the video, so make sure you give me that thumbs up, subscribe, notifications on, of course, and then click on one of my videos to the side. If the YouTube algorithm is doing its job, there should be one over there. If not, just go to my page and check it out. Thanks for watching. Peace.